Genetic engineering is the science of making changes to the genes of a plant or animal to produce a desired result. Genetic engineering is also a process designed to artificially control the genetic makeup of an organism. Genetic engineering is the process of manually adding desired traits from one organism to another. These traits are carried in your genetic code, which are found in your DNA. A plasmid, which is a ring of DNA, is isolated from the bacterium, right like this, and it is taken into a different organism where it will fit perfectly, and that organism will now have that trait. After a plasmid is extracted from the cell nucleus and put into the other organism, recombinant DNA is formed. Recombinant DNA is DNA that has been formed by artificially combining constituents from different organisms. The plasmids have been separated from their DNA molecules and put into another organism, which brings the desired traits along with it. Many people ask, what is a GMO? A GMO is a genetically modified organism, which means its genetic material has been altered by the means of genetic engineering. It has recombinant DNA. GMOs are created for many different reasons. One, to help businesses with supply and production, another to find research and help cure different diseases. In fact, a lot of the food we eat is genetically modified. An example of a product that helps speeds up production is genetically modified corn. The desired traits in genetically modified corn includes resistance to pests and herbicides, and they grow a lot bigger and a lot faster. Fluorescent cats are an example of a GMO that is created to help cure human disease. These cats were created in South Korea in 2007. Scientists say the ability to engineer animals with fluorescent proteins will enable them to artificially create animals with human genetic diseases, and they can do further research on these animals. To create these fluorescent cats, scientists took skin cells from Turkish Angora female cats and used a virus to insert genetic instructions for making red fluorescent proteins. Then they put the genetically altered nuclei into the eggs for cloning, and cloned embryos were implanted back into the donor cats, making them glow in the dark. Ever since this research in 2007, more progress has been made, and the cats are not only red, they can be green and yellow as well. Although GMOs are very innovative, many people are against them because they can be unhealthy in food, or they can be very cruel, like they are in this photo with the rat.
The Human Genome Project is a scientific...
Oh my god, Nikki, you can't mess up because it doesn't let you re-record it.
The Human Genome Project is an international scientific research project with the goal of determining the sequence of chemical base pairs which make up human DNA, and identifying and mapping all the genes of human genomes from both a physical and functional standpoint. The Human Genome Project gives us the capability to read nature's complete genetic blueprint for building a human being. This is a timeline of the Human Genome Project. In 1953, Watson and Crick described and discovered the DNA double helix structure. In the 1970s, methods to determine chemical letters in DNA were found and developed. In 1990, the Department of Energy joined with international partners to sequence all 3 billion base pairs in the human genome. In 2003, researchers successfully completed the Human Genome Project under budget and about 2 years ahead of what they had planned. In 2013, the Human Genome Project fuels discovery of more than 1,800 disease genes, and in 2014 there are now more than 2,000 genetic tests for human conditions. The research effort to map all genomes was successful, so now people can find out their genes and what diseases they are prone to, and get personalized medicine based on their genetic code. And if there is a disease that they are prone to, they can get rid of that gene before it even affects them. The movie Gattaca portrays the idea that with genetic sequencing and the Human Genome Project, we will be able to choose the traits of our future children. Nomi is one of the many companies that provides human genome interpretation and sequences your DNA to predict what diseases you will pick up and how healthy you will be in the future. Human genoming will be very helpful and save many lives because it will tell you how to prepare yourself, and It can even get you cured before the disease even hits you. But if you find out that you have a disease that cannot be stopped, such as Alzheimer's, you will live the rest of your life in fear and sadness and wish you hadn't gotten your DNA sequenced. Human genoming and DNA sequencing can lead to a lot of problems if your results are not kept private. For example, if a health insurance company finds out your results and they know that you're going to need a lot of money in the future because you have a disease, they will not want you as a customer. Or you could get unemployed because your boss knows that they'll have to pay more for you when you develop your disease. In the end, there are many upsides and downsides to genetic engineering and the Human Genome Project. Thanks for watching.